You think you're addicted to porn. Well, brother, here's the truth. You're not. That's just the symptom. What you're really addicted to is avoidance, comfort, fear, and control. Porn is just where those addictions show up. And until you face the root of this issue, you're going to keep fighting the wrong battle, white knuckling your way through relapses, downloading more blockers, swearing that you're going to quit on Monday, only to find yourself falling back into the same shame spiral. Now, if you're tired of surface level solutions and ready to finally reclaim your soul and identity as a man and your purpose, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Rebuilt Man Podcast. My name is Coach Frank Rich, founder and host here, and it is our mission to help men just like you conquer their porn addictions, but more importantly, rebuild their lives and reclaim their identities as a man. And in today's episode, we're diving into the 7 root causes of porn addiction. This is after 6 years of getting in the trenches with men. Thousands of radical transformations we're going to expose to you and give you some practical tools, strategies for you to begin to reclaim back your identity. If you're new to the podcast, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, turn those post notifications on. But let's talk about why you keep fighting this wrong battle. What I recognized very early on is most recovery methods focus on behavioral management, not true and lasting transformation. Internet filters, accountability partners, journaling, all useful and helpful, but incomplete. We got to recognize here that the real problem isn't porn, it's pain. The brain is addicted to relief, not pixels. Porn just happens to be the fastest path for that relief. And until we recognize what that root pain is and expose it and heal it, porn will always come back as our coping tool and mechanism. Studies show that the majority of porn users report using it to cope with stress, loneliness, and emotional distress. I relate to that. 67% of men in recovery programs relapse due to sexual triggers, not due to sexual triggers, but because of emotional overwhelm. We got to realize, man, this is not about sex. This is about self-soothing and loathing. And I've been in the trenches for over 5 years with men just like you. And there's 7 root causes that we've been able to identify and filter through the data of work and transformation that we've done with so many men. And here they are, the father wound. Root cause number 1, the father wound. An absent, passive, or abusive dad creates men starving for approval, identity, and validation. Maybe you were told that you were never enough. Are you seeking that approval? Are you seeking that validation that no man ever gave you in your life? Well, porn can become a very quick fix to fill that void of love and leadership. Root cause number 2 is a lack of purpose. Men without a mission become men without discipline. Porn fills an easy vacuum of meaning with pixelated pleasure. At the end of the day, if we don't feel fulfilled, accomplished in the things that we did, we're going to need something to escape ourselves into. Number 3 here is comfort addiction. We live in a microwave society. Weak men are created in these types of environments. Everything that we want is available at the push of a button. The first time in human history, we've had it as easy, as great, but also as challenging as it is right now. Porn and dopamine quickly become the drug to avoid discomfort, boredom, and that emotional pain. Number 4 root cause here is the fear of failure. Porn becomes very predictable, right? It's safe. You don't get rejected. You cannot lose. Men will use this as an avoidance to risk in their real lives, whether it's career, fatherhood, dating, or just chasing after their dreams and purpose. Number 5 here is men use it as emotional suppression. Perhaps you were never taught how to feel due to the lack of father. You were told just to suppress your feelings, that men don't cry. So we were never taught how to feel, only how to numb, but porn becomes this tranquilizer of shame, anxiety, fear, anger, and loneliness. And it creates a loop because it's those emotions and feelings that drive us to porn, but porn creates more of those emotions and feelings. Which leads us to the sixth root cause, identity confusion. Men today don't know who they are. They don't know who they were created to be, whether it's spiritually, sexually, or purposely. We've been told that masculinity is toxic, that women don't need men, that leaves men like us left on the sidelines. And when you don't know who you are, you'll settle for anything that feels good. The seventh root cause here is a spiritual disconnection. Men without God is a man without boundaries. Porn fills the space where faith, conviction, and responsibility and integrity should live. 7 root causes here, brother. And until you confront these things, porn will always have its grip on you. You've been trying to cut it at the fruit without realizing it's time to rip it out of the roots. Now, how do you do this? How do you rip out this pain and heal the root causes? Well, brother, it's got to start with brutal honesty. All transformation begins with truth. Identify yourself and ask what one of these roots is my main issue, because it's not about the behavior. We must stop asking the question, how do I quit porn? And begin to ask, what am I really avoiding? If you're a man that wants to take this a step deeper, here's a journal prompt. When you're triggered, when you're feeling some of these feelings and emotions, what is it? Prompt this, journal it. What is it that I'm unwilling to feel that keeps me going back? Begin to learn how to embrace and lean into both the emotional and physical discomfort without running from it. Things like silence, solitude, cold showers, hard workouts. Begin to expose yourself to doing the difficult things and get that feedback that you can accomplish these things. And most importantly, seek mentorship and brotherhood. Isolation will keep you blind. You will not be able to identify your blind spots and your gaps without men around you that can expose the things that you cannot see. But be committed to doing this deep identity work. Declare that you're the man that you're becoming, not the man that you are or used to be. And brother, you got to let God in. You got to surrender. Your healing will not come without full surrender. I've seen it time and time again, 6 years in the trenches with men just like you. Whether it's a high-performing executive who realized that porn wasn't the issue, but it was unresolved father pain. He chased success due to lack of masculine strength and leadership in his life, but he didn't realize that he was using porn to escape that pain the entire time. I've worked with a lot of men that were disciplined in fitness, but they relapsed every time they fell off path. They stepped out of their boundaries. They got off their plan because addiction was their path back to comfort. I've worked with so many married men and men in committed relationships who thought that this was just a bad habit until he found that this was the root of his spiritual disconnection and the disconnection from his wife, and he was able to fully surrender himself and reclaim his faith. You see what happens when men find the root. They just don't get free from porn. They get free from everything that is holding them back. Stop fighting at the surface and begin to fight for your soul and your identity. Porn is just a smoke, brother. There's something deeper inside that is on fire. And the longer you keep treating that smoke, the more your house will burn down. Realize this isn't about just getting clean. It's about trying to rebuild and recreate yourself. You were never meant to live in shame, secrecy, or sedation. Brother, you were born for strength, clarity, conviction, and power. But it starts with facing the truth and the thing that you've been avoiding. Go in there, rip it out, and fight for your identity. Now, if you're ready to go deeper, and if you're done with the surface level filters and the apps and these fixes that are not addressing the root, and you're ready to rewire your brain, rebuild your identity from the ground up, I've built a 7-day reset that's meant for men just like you. This is not a detox, brother. It's a wake-up call. Click the link down there in the show notes below or visit therebuiltman.com/7-day reset to start today. This is absolutely free. For 7 days, you get access to the daily challenges. You get access to a brotherhood and community of men and live coaching calls. Stop fighting the symptom. Dig it out of the root and rebuild the man that God is calling you to be. Visit therebuiltman.com/7-day reset to get access today. And brother, I'll see you on the inside.